I approach the garage while getting as close as possible to the obstacle on my right, then I point the car a bit to the left and I get as close as possible to the wall. I position my car like this so that the back of the car is a bit past the right edge of the garage entrance and the car is in a diagonal position like this. This is the most important step when doing this kind of parking, and I'll explain why later in the video. Then I put in reverse, I turn my steering wheel all the way to the right, and I reverse as much as I can. Then I turn it all the way to the left, and I advance as much as I can. Now it becomes a matter of repeating these two steps of alternating between turning the steering wheel all the way to one side, reversing, then turning it all the way to the other side and advancing until the vehicle is as straight as possible and as centered as possible with the garage door. What I don't want to do here is to try to center the front of the vehicle right away with the garage entrance. If I do that, when I'll reverse in the next maneuver, the vehicle will be too badly positioned relatively to the garage entrance, and then I'll stay there forever trying to align it. By positioning it this way, with the back of the vehicle a bit past the entrance, when I'll reverse, I'll be in a better position to do the next maneuvers. The reason why I advanced while getting close to the obstacle while positioning the car in an arc like this was so that I could get the car in a diagonal position like this before reversing. This will make it easier to position myself in the next maneuvers. Also in this case, there's a wall to my left, so that will prevent me from hitting the wall when I reverse. If I position the car straight, I risk hitting the wall while reversing. Now, I said earlier, get as close to the wall as possible, reverse as much as possible, and so on. As you can see, I still have plenty of room from the wall and from the obstacle. But that's the way it should be. From inside the vehicle, it's hard to determine the distance from obstacles nearby. So it's better to stay safe, and as soon as you feel you might be getting too close, move in the opposite direction. Instead of alternating between reversing and advancing 3 or 4 times, you'll do it 5 or 6 or more if needed. The important thing here is to always keep a safe distance from the obstacles, especially if you're doing it with a manual transmission car like I'm doing here. If you stall the engine while putting in first gear or in reverse, the car will jerk to the front or the rear depending on what gear it is. Also, I'm doing this here in my private property. If you're doing this in a public place, don't forget to put the turn signal and do your verifications, mirrors and blind spots. In the next video, same situation as here, but entering the garage reversing. So stay tuned and see you soon.